जय श्री श्री राधा माधव की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, the status quo, Chapter 28, Kapila's instructions on devotional service, verse number 11. Pranayame dashe doshan dharana bhisha kilbishan pratyaharena samsargan dhyane nanishwaran gunan. Pranayame dashe doshan dharana bhisha kilbishan pratyaharena samsargan dhyane naishwaran gunan. Pranayame dashe doshan dharana bhisha kilbishan pratyaharena samsargan dhyane naishwaran gunan. Pranayame dahe doshan dharana bhisha kilbishan pratyaharena samsargan dhyane naishwaran gunan. Pranayame dahe doshan dharana bhisha kilbishan pratyaharena samsargan dhyane naishwaran gunan. Pranayame dahe doshan dharana bhisha kilbishan pratyaharena samsargan dhyane naishwaran gunan. Matajis. Pranayame, by practice of pranayam, the head one can eradicate dosha, contaminations. Dharana bhi, by concentrating the mind. Cha, and kilbishan, sinful activities. Pratyaharena, by restraining the senses. Samsargan, material association. Dhyanena, by meditating. Anishwaran gunan, the modes of material nature. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. By practicing the process of pranayam, one can eradicate the contamination of his physiological condition, and by concentrating the mind, one can become free from all sinful activities. By restraining the senses, one can free himself from material association, and by meditating on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one can become free from the three modes of material attachment. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. According to Ayurvedic medical science, the three items Kapha, Pitta and Vayu, phlegm, bile and air, maintain the physiological condition of the body. Modern medical science does not accept this physiological analysis as valid, but the ancient Ayurvedic process of treatment is based upon these items. Ayurvedic treatment concerns itself with the cause of these three elements, which are mentioned in many places in the Bhagavatam as the basic conditions of the body. Here it is recommended that by practicing the breathing process of pranayam, one can be released from contamination created by the principal physiological elements. By concentrating the mind, one can become free from sinful activities, and by withdrawing the senses, one can free himself from material association. Ultimately, one has to meditate on the Supreme Personality of Godhead in order to be elevated to the transcendental position where he is no longer affected by the three modes of material nature. It is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita that one who engages himself in unalloyed devotional service at once becomes transcendental to the three modes of material nature and immediately realizes his identification with Brahma. Sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuvaya kalpate. For every item in the yoga system, there is a parallel activity in Bhakti Yoga, but the practice of Bhakti Yoga is easier for this age. What was introduced by Lord Chaitanya is not a new interpretation. Bhakti Yoga is a feasible process that begins with chanting and hearing. Bhakti Yoga and other yogas have as their ultimate goal the same personality of Godhead, but one is practical and the others are difficult. One has to purify his physiological condition by concentration and by restraint of the senses. Then he can fix his mind upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is called Samadhi. Om Agyantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are continuing to discuss Lord Kapila's instructions to Mother Devahuti, and in this section is describing Hatha Yoga, the process of Hatha Yoga to control the mind, and with a controlled mind one can go forward to meditate on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna or Vishnu in the heart. So in this verse there is description of the benefit of pranayam pratyahara, dharan and dhyan. And Srila Prabhupada nicely explains that what items are there in Hatha Yoga, the same benefit can be obtained by practicing Bhakti Yoga. At the same time, we should understand that practice of Hatha Yoga today is very, very difficult. But practice of Bhakti Yoga is very, very easy comparatively. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us the same process. In a way it is applicable to us. And when we follow that, we get the same benefit. In fact, those who practice Hatha Yoga, they may just want to get siddhis and liberation. But by practicing Bhakti Yoga, one can get Krishna Prem, love of Godhead, which is the actual purpose of life, which is the actual goal of life, and which is the actual success of life. To engage in loving relationship with Krishna, to engage in loving devotional service with Krishna. So when one practices pranayam, it helps to improve the health of the body. And when we chant Hare Krishna, actually we partially do pranayam. When we chant the mantra, most of the devotees, they hold the breath. It happens. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We hold the breath, then again breathe. So pranayam anyway happens, though it's not a technical way. But in any case, when we follow the lifestyle of a Vaishnava, by getting up early morning, taking bath, chanting, meditating, serving, dancing, it all takes care of the health, having sattvic prasad. Still, if somebody has a health issue, they can visit a doctor, follow Ayurvedic treatment or even modern treatment. Some devotees cannot manage Ayurvedic treatment. That's fine. The body has to be kept fit to serve Krishna. If we are clean, we sleep early, wake up early, have sattvic prasad, not too much eating, not too less eating, not too much sleeping, not too less sleeping, and everything in moderation, then the health can be taken care. So then there is pratyahara. Pratyahara means restraining the senses. The senses are very powerful. Even one sense is uncontrolled, one can die. Or if you see in animal kingdom, when they try to conquer the animal, they use the weakness of their senses. How do they catch a fish? They put a hook with a bait, some food item which fish likes. So fish sees the food also, and fish sees the hook also. And fish knows this is a trap. If I eat this food, I'll be caught, because there's hook in the center. But then the tongue is so much uncontrolled, the fish thinks that the hook is in the center and there are two sides. If I nibble on the two sides, it's okay. I will not get caught. So the fish goes and nibbles on the side of the food. Both the sides of the food, nibbles and enjoys. Very tasty. But what happens? Two more sides are created. When the fish eat one side of the food, a new side is created there. Again fish sees two sides of the food and hook in the center. So fish thinks, oh, I can nibble the side and I'll get nice tasty food. So again the fish nibbles the side. What happens? A new side is created. And this goes on and finally fish gets attached to the hook and gets captured. So this is because of tongue. The tongue is so powerful. Even devotees have experience. Tongue is very powerful. It always wants new, nice tasty dishes. Then, you know how they capture a deer? The hunter's friend plays a very nice music, flute music. And the deer who always runs around, hearing the flute music, gets stunned, becomes a statue on one location. And the hunter can easily go and capture. No resistance because of the ear. How they capture an elephant? They train a female elephant to attract a male elephant. And when the male elephant sees a female elephant, it runs towards the female elephant. And the female elephant is trained to run a particular path in which there is a big hole in the ground covered with leaves. And the female elephant carefully avoids the leaves. But the male elephant is not aware, so he doesn't carefully avoid the leaves. And it falls in the hole dug by the hunter. And then it cannot come out of the hole and it is captured. So due to skin attraction, the elephant is captured. And there are bees who are so much attached to the fragrance of the flowers. They go to a flower and sit on the flower and take the fragrance, and at night the flower closes. And the bees can very easily make hole in the soft petal and come out. But the nose is so much attached to the fragrance, the big bee forgets to come out and suffocates inside and dies. So this is attraction of the nose. And there are insects, moths. When they see the flame of the candle, they find it so attractive shape, so attractive form. So they go and jump, thinking that this is such an attractive form, I can enjoy. That's eyes. Because of uncontrolled eyes, they jump and commit suicide and die in the flame. So these are examples of animals, species, whose one sense is uncontrolled and they are dying or captured. And human have all the 5 senses uncontrolled, plus the mind, 6 senses, all uncontrolled, going haywire. Every day the factories are producing new sense objects for our senses. So that's not easy to have 6 senses uncontrolled. And when you marry, it becomes 12. Then you have a child, it becomes 18. And if one more child becomes 24, you have to control 24 senses in the house. So it's as tough. But in Bhakti Yoga, when we control the senses, then when we restrain the senses from sense objects, then we can avoid asatsanga, material association. But in Bhakti Yoga, we control the senses by using the senses in the service of Krishna. So we use the eyes to have beautiful darshan of Radha Gopinath. We use the ears to hear Srimad Bhagavatam and hear the holy name of Krishna. We use the tongue to taste Krishna Prasad. And we use the nose to smell the flowers and incense stick offered to Krishna. And we use the skin to come and embrace the devotees in the temple or wipe the floor, use our body in the service of Krishna. And we use the mind to always think of Krishna and focus on the chanting. So when we do that, then our senses are purified, being engaged in the service of the master of senses, Rishikesh. Krishna is the master of our senses. So when we use our senses in the service of his senses, that's purification of our senses. And that's possible. That's sadhana bhakti. That's the morning program where all the 5 senses are used in the service of Krishna intensely. And that gives us spiritual growth. Then there is dharan, where the mind is focused and concentrated on the form of the Lord. And in that way one can come out of sinful activities by coming in contact with Krishna. And in Bhakti Yoga, when we chant the holy name of Krishna, we can eradicate sinful activities and sinful reactions. Any number of sinful activities a person has done just by chanting once the holy name of Krishna, one can free oneself from sinful reactions. That is the power of the holy name. In Bhagavatam there is a mention about Manu Maharaj, from whom all of us Manushya came, humans have come. So once Manu Maharaj was sitting with his Guru Maharaj, Vasishtha Muni, and after some discussion he called his younger son, Prasdhar. He is a prince, Rajkumar. So he called Prasdhar and said, "My dear Prasdhar, me and your Guru Maharaj have decided some service for you." He folded his hand and said, "Yes, tell me, what is my service? I will be happy to do." He said, "We have a Goshala with lakhs of cows. But sometimes at night in the dark, the tiger comes and eats the cow. So your service at night, you protect the cows." So Prasdhar immediately agreed. And whole night he would be awake, standing outside the Goshala with a naked sword in hand to protect the cows from the tiger. See, cow protection is so important that the king told his own son to do it, Rajkumar, the prince. He didn't tell his staff or army or security or commander. He told his own son. So the prince, he did night duty. Whole night he was awake. That's tough. And that too standing. That's also tough. And that too with a sword, iron sword, very heavy sword. Whether it's monsoon, rainy season or summer season or winter season, he was awake whole night, protecting the cows. After some time the king called Prasdhar. He said, "Look, you are grown up now. I want to arrange your marriage with a very beautiful princess of a neighboring kingdom." Prasdhar said, "No, I will not marry." Why? Because if I marry, my service to Gomata will stop. My service to cows will stop. And he took brahmacharya. He didn't marry just because he wanted to serve cows. Even that is tough, to practice brahmacharya. So like this life was going on. And once during monsoon season, when there were heavy clouds in the sky, and the moon and stars are not visible, and everything is dark, nobody can see even your hand, he was standing outside the Goshala, cow shed. All the cows were sleeping at night, and suddenly he heard some sound inside the Goshala, the running of cows. So he went inside to see what is happening, why the cows are running at night. But he couldn't see anything, it was so dark. Suddenly there was a light in the sky, lightning in the sky for one moment. And for one moment everything was visible. And what did he see? A big tiger jumping on a small cow. And then again it became dark. Now he knew he has to do something immediately, otherwise the cow will get killed by the tiger. And he used his sword and cut. And then everything was silent. Then he again came on his post, protecting the cows. Morning time when the sunrise happened, he thought to go inside and see if everything is okay. And in sunlight he saw, by mistake yesterday he cut a cow. He killed Gomata. And the ear of the tiger got cut. The ear was there and the blood was there. And because the ear got cut, the tiger got afraid and ran away. But by mistake he killed a cow. He saw the dead body of a cow in 2 pieces. So he got very, very disappointed, very sad. If a person kills a cow, he is punished in the hellish planets for as many years as there are hairs on the body of the cow. That's millions of years. He knew that his future in hellish planet will be painful. So he threw his sword and he straight went to Vasishtha Muni, the Guru, and he narrated the whole story. Vasishtha Muni got angry, said, "You rascal, how can you kill a cow? I curse you. You will become a very poor Shudra in next life, born in a poor family, and you had a tough life." So he became more disappointed and sad and morose. Already he was sad that he killed a cow and he will go to hell and get punished. And now Vasishtha Muni, his guru, he cursed him. Actually, the job of guru is not to give punishment. The job of guru is to help the disciple rectify the situation, not to punish one more. That is Yamaraj's job. Yamaraj will punish. If a disciple goes to Guru and confesses his mistake, the Guru should instruct him how to come out of that mistake, how to come out of that offense, and how to rectify the situation. Please. How to rectify the situation. Not give one more punishment. Just like sometimes children play outside, the boy plays outside with a ball and he falls and his knee hurts. There is a wound on the knee and the blood comes out and he comes home crying, "Mother, I fell down, my knee, there is a wound, blood is coming out." And mother becomes angry and gives one more slap. Said, "How many times I told you to not play outside so fast like this?" Are, he didn't intentionally do it. Mother's job is to apply medicine, which she anyway applies. But why is this additional punishment? Not required. No chastisement required for a child who fell down accidentally, thinking that the child is naughty. So Guru's job is not this. Guru's job is to help the disciple come out of the situation, rectify the offense, and grow in bhakti, rather than giving one more punishment. So Prasdar was very much disappointed. There is a curse of the Guru and there is killing of cow. He didn't go to the palace, he went to the forest. And there he just stayed like a deaf and dumb fellow, not talking to anybody, eating the fruits from the tree and drinking water from the river, and whole day chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And one day there was a forest fire, and Prasdar's body got burned in the forest fire. He died. Now what happened to the soul? Did the soul first to go to Yamaraj, Yamaloka, and got the punishment of killing a cow for millions of years? Or did the soul take birth in another family, poor family, Shudra family, because of the curse of Vasishtha Muni? Both didn't happen. He straight went to Vaikuntha and got liberated because he chanted the holy name of Krishna. That's the power of bhakti. That's the power of chanting the holy name of Krishna, that all the sinful reactions go away, even the killing of a cow. So Haliram is so powerful. Just like fire can burn as much fuel as required. You going on putting fuel in the fire will keep on consuming. In the same way, sinful reaction is fuel for Harinam. As much fuel is there, Harinam will keep consuming. Fire doesn't stop and say, "My stomach is full, don't put any more fuel." Fire will keep on burning. It will burn the whole city. In the same way, holy name can burn unlimited sinful activities. When we surrender to Krishna, Krishna says, "Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam braja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayasyami ma sucha." Aham tvam sarva papebhyo, I will take care of all your sinful reactions. When? Mam ekam sharanam, when you surrender to me. So when we surrender to Krishna, He takes care of all our sinful reactions, all our miseries, and gives us moksha, liberation. So that's the process of bhakti, and that's what Krishna has taught to Arjuna finally. That whatever you have spoken, whatever I have spoken till now, forget it. Just surrender to me. Surrender to me only. Mam ekam sharanam braja. Mam means me. Ekam means only me. Surrender unto me only, nobody else. Don't surrender to anybody else. Don't take shelter of anybody else. Don't go to anybody else. Don't follow any other process. Just surrender to me. No Brahma, Shiva, Indra, Chandra, Varun, Vayu, Ganesh, Durga. Not required. Only surrender unto me only. 100%. Krishna doesn't want your 90% love. Krishna doesn't want your 99% love. And Krishna doesn't want your 99.99% love. He doesn't want all that. He wants full 100%. He will come in our heart and reside when it's empty. He doesn't like shared accommodation, single accommodation. Only He, no anybody else and nothing else, no attachments to objects or people. So He is demanding surrender unto me only. Only is important. If a husband tells the wife, I love you, the wife is happy. If the husband tells the wife, I love you only, there's a difference. When he says only, wife is more happy. When he says, I love you, that doesn't prove that whether he has told to 4-5 in the morning or not, 4-5 women or not. When he says only, I love you only, that's a complete proof that nobody else he has told. So surrender unto me only means we only go to Krishna. And as soon as we exclusive go to Krishna, He immediately accepts. He immediately accepts. Like He told to Vibhishan. In the event of Vibhishan, He told to all the Vanaras that Lord Ramchandra said that if any person comes to me and folds his hands and says, I am yours, I will accept him and give him courage, give him fearlessness. Forget Vibhishan, even if Ravan comes and surrenders to me, I will protect him. That is Lord Ram, that is Lord Krishna, that is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Any person who surrenders to Him, he accepts. So this whole process of bhakti which we do is a process of surrender. Surrender means to accept Krishna as our master and understand I am servant of Krishna. And we serve Krishna with proper humble service attitude. Servant of Krishna. A devotee should be very humble, a servant should be very humble, not proud. We should value Krishna, not value ourselves. We should value Krishna, we should value service, we should value devotees. And we should be sensitive to all these devotees. Not think I am great. I am insignificant. Krishna is great. The process of bhakti is great. Srimad Bhagavatam is great. Seva is great. Prabhupada is great. Vaishnavas are great. And I am their servant. So we should have a humble service attitude. The more we value ourselves, the more we will be away from Krishna. The less we value ourselves, the more we will be near Krishna. You know, that day, there was one man, he went to Coles nearby and he picked up some items and the bill came $99. So he gave $100 bill note to the cashier. And the cashier gave $1 coin back. And he kept the $1 coin in his wallet and sat in the car and moved forward. Rich man. And his wallet already had many $100 bills. Now there's an entry of $1 coin. So the $100 bill saw $1 coin. Said, hey, who are you? $1. What is your value? You know who am I? I am $100. $100 is biggest note. $1 hardly any value. He said, I have been to London. $100 Australian. I have been to London. I have been to US. I have traveled to Switzerland. I have been in the pocket of the president. I have been in the pocket of the mayor. I have been in the pocket of a very beautiful woman. What is your value? Where have you been? That $1 felt very shy. He said, look, I have not been to London. I have not been to president's pocket. I have not been to mayor's pocket. I have not been to US. But I have been in the hundi of Radha Gopinath. I have been in the hundi of Melbourne Mahaprabhu Mandir. Because you see, in hundis people put $1. Nobody puts $100 bill. So if you are $1, you will reach Radha Gopinath's lotus feet. If you are $100, you will be sitting in somebody's purse. So we should understand, the more humble, the more insignificant we understand ourselves, the more we will be closer to Krishna, as servant of Krishna and his devotees. The more we think I am great, the more we will be sitting somewhere away from Krishna. So that service attitude is required. That surrender is required. And in that mood we live our devotional life. In that mood we stay in the association of devotees, as servant of Krishna. Then we will not commit offenses and we can easily get blessings and grow in bhakti. But if we stay in the association of devotees as boss, everybody's boss, I am great, I am better than others, I am senior than others, I am advanced, that pride will not help us to grow in bhakti. Only a person who is humble and tolerant can chant 24 hours, can engage in Krishna's service 24 hours. Trinadapi sunichena taroriva shaishuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadari. So that's using our mind in the service of Krishna to purify all the sinful reactions. And then dhyana, one should concentrate on the form of Vishnu, or one should focus on hearing the sound vibration of Krishna. So when we chant the holy name of Krishna, when we perform sadhana bhakti, then we can get full spiritual success. There is an example of a Gandharva. There was one Gandharva, Upabarhan. What is his name? Upabarhan. Gandharva Loka. He used to stay in Gandharva Loka. Gandharva means one who sings very nicely and plays nice musical instruments, and they generally sing and play in the assembly of Indra, where beautiful apsaras dance. So Upabarhan was a celebrity in Gandharva Loka. In Gandharva Loka everybody sings and plays nicely. He was a celebrity. That means he used to sing very nicely and play very nicely. Very handsome man. So lots of fans he had, especially female fans, beautiful heavenly ladies, always trying to associate with him. So he became very lusty. So one day there was a 24-hour Kirtan program organized by the senior demigods and Prajapatis. So they invited Upabarhan also to sing. And he came with his female fans. And he sat on the stage. And his female fans sat near him to say Haribol in between. And then, just to please the female fans, he started singing songs glorifying the demigods. Instead of singing Hare Krishna Mahamantra and glorifying Krishna, he started singing songs glorifying the demigods. So the Prajapatis got very angry. Said, this is offensive. The first offense is he came in a Vaishnava program with girlfriends. In our temples, we follow so strictly that husband and wife also sit separately. Here with some other wife or some girlfriend he is sitting. And second bigger offense is instead of glorifying Krishna, he started glorifying some other demigods. Kirtan means Krishna Kirtan. Kirtan means glorifying Krishna. You don't have to specify Krishna Kirtan. Just the word Kirtan means glorify Krishna. Bhakti means Krishna Bhakti. You don't have to specify. It is wrong to say Desh Bhakti or Shiv Bhakti or wrong Ganesh Bhakti or Shiv Kirtan or Durga Kirtan or Kali Kirtan. These are wrong words. Jayanti means Krishna Janmashtami, Krishna Jayanti. Gandhi Jayanti. This is wrong words. The word Jayanti is only used for Krishna. The word Kirtan is only used for Krishna. The word Bhakti is only used for Krishna, not for anybody else. These are monopoly, only for Krishna. Now they use for other things, that's wrong. So they cursed him to become a Shudra next life, and he fell down. He was born in a very poor family, and the mother was a maid servant in various houses to take care of the child, and no father. And one day 4 pure devotees, Bhakti Vedantas, came to the mother and said, "We want to stay 4 months in your house." And she happily agreed. And she served them 4 months, and the small 5-year-old boy, Upabarhan, who was now born in the poor mother's house, he would sit with them, they would do Mangalati, they would discuss Bhagavatam, he would sit, do some service. They gave some prasad to him, and they blessed him. And after they went, after some days, the mother died due to snake bite. And the boy was alone with the dead body. What should he do? He should cry. He folded his hands and said, "My dear Gopinath, thank you very much. My last affection is gone." See what a thought process. And he left his village and went to the deep forest. And he chanted and meditated as the 4 devotees had taught him, and very soon he had darshan of Vishnu in the heart. After that the darshan stopped. He tried but he didn't get. Then Vishnu spoke to him that I just gave you sample, but till you are completely pure you cannot see me. So you continue chanting the holy name, we will meet next life. And he continued chanting the holy name, and he became liberated, and this life he is Narad Muni. So Narad Muni's previous life, he was a Gandharva who did offense and was cursed. And next life he was a son of a poor mother, but he got association of 4 pure devotees, and under their guidance and instructions he chanted the holy name and he became Narad Muni. So Narad Muni told this story himself to tell that sadhana bhakti works. When we associate with devotees and chant holy name, it works. It worked for me, and he became transcendental Narad Muni today. He has so many great disciples. Prahlad Maharaj is his disciple, Dhruva Maharaj is his disciple, Vyasdev who wrote Bhagavatam is his disciple, King Bharishad is his disciple. There are so many. Bhagavatam is full of disciples of Narad Muni. Sometimes they say Vyasdev didn't write just a Bhagavad Puran, he wrote a Vyas Puja book for his Guru Maharaj. Because they saw so much, everybody is glorified in Bhagavatam, they are all disciples of Narad Muni. So Narad Muni is being glorified directly, indirectly. So that's Vyasa's glorification for his spiritual master. But the main thing is the process of bhakti works. Narad Muni said it worked for me. In association of devotees I chanted the holy name and it worked for me. So we should understand that Srila Prabhupada has given us a very perfect process. Very easily we can be successful. We just have to follow the process of Mangalarti, Guru Puja, class, Shingarati, Tulsi Arti, class, Japa, 4 executive principles, Prasadam, Ekadashi, Janmashtami, that's all. And daytime we do our service. Or if you are earning member, whatever you earn, part of that you use in the service of Krishna, devotees and cows. The process is very simple. We keep the life very simple. Vaishnavism means simplicity, saralta, not duplicity or complicated or diplomacy or scheming or gossiping or planning against somebody. No, very, very simple. Seeing everybody as a friend. And in that way, we execute devotional service favorably. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us a process which works. Srila Prabhupada has given us a process which works. And it works for everybody. It will work for us. So with great hope and with faith that if I serve Krishna, I don't have to do anything else in my life. Krishna will take care. He will fulfill